Hello, welcome to Gaia's Graceful Garden Soap Company. My name is Sandra. I'm going to be doing the Aries General Collective Read for December of 2022. I want to say a few things before I get started here. A few things about my company. It's a handmade, all-natural body products company. We also make handmade spiritual candles and handmade massage candles, as well as body butters, bath salts, healing salves, and soap. All handmade, all from scratch, all natural ingredients. It's a very small business. I do this at events and shows, flea markets, festivals. And while I'm at these festivals and events, I read tarot cards for people in person or oracle cards. I put this together for this channel because I feel like I wanted to put reads out there for people who necessarily can't make it to these events, to have a read in person. I will also do personal reads for anyone who wishes them. The info for that will be in the description below. My disclaimer here, take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. While tarot is a great tool, while the cards are a great tool, while pendulum is a great tool, which I do use in my personal one-on-one readings, but I will not be using here, as I don't want anyone to think I stole this idea from them, and I've been doing this for a long time. So we just won't use them here. All these things are great spiritual tools. You can use them for guidance, to help you through a rough time, or just for the fun, entertainment purposes only. Take it with a grain of salt. Some of us believe in it more than others. If you don't believe and this isn't your cup of tea, you can move on. If things in this reading don't resonate for you, this is either not your reading or maybe I'm not your reader. There are plenty of beautiful readers on YouTube, and I'm sure that somebody's reading out there will resonate. With that stated, I want to mention that I'm also an automatic writer, and I channel that way. I scribble and messages come. So before I do the readings, I automatic write and the messages come to me and I write them down. The challenge that I got for the beginning of this reading: loneliness is not despair, Aries. While you may feel lonely, you're never alone, number one. And number two, sometimes loneliness can be a blessing in disguise. Sometimes getting to know ourselves is something we need to do before we move on. But I know it doesn't make it feel any better. But loneliness isn't despair unless you let it be, and I guess that would be your choice. The next message I got was serendipity, a chance meeting around the holidays, under the mistletoe. So I feel like this month, around the holidays, or any time for December, there's going to be, for one particular Aries, or a few, serendipitous meetings, chance encounters with someone who could prove to be maybe a good friend, maybe a romantic interest. But I'm seeing more romantic interest because I did get the message under the mistletoe. And new opportunities in love was the next thing I got. So I feel like for somebody, or for a few Aries out there, being new love or new love interest around the holidays. For some, this is going to be old loves returning. Don't forget that happiness is your choice. While these encounters may take place, if it doesn't feel right, obviously don't succumb to it. I also got that December is going to be a time of reflection for you and for those around you. So there's going to be a lot of inner mirroring of yourself. Others are going to be taking the time to do this too, the people around you. Probably just a reflection over the past year, maybe. And for some, there's going to be a short bout of the winter blues. But for some, this is going to be severe and will need treatment. Either way, time will either make it better or the treatment will make it better. But I feel like some of you are going to get through it a lot more quickly than others. Others may need some help to get through it. But the holidays are always a time that's hard for people. It seems like a lot of depression happens around the holidays. I think I heard someone say once that suicide rates are up around the holidays. Just sadness, a lot of sadness. But remember, loneliness is not despair. So don't despair. Try to do the best you can to find things to do. Hang out with people who make you feel good. And that'll help for sure for some. And for those of you that if it becomes too severe, please seek out help and treatment. Now, with that being said, and with the channel messages, let's see what we get with the cards. I'll be reading today from the Wizard's Tarot deck and the Starseed Oracle, plus some of my own homemade index card tarot or messages. So let's see what we get. Okay, Spirit, what do we have for Aries for December of 2022? Let's move these out of the way here. Spirit, what message do we have for Aries, December 2022? What message do we have for Aries for December 2022? What message do we have for Aries for December 2022? Okay. I'm an intuitive card reader, so I don't always read. Hopefully you can see all these. I don't always read what the book says. It is my generalized opinion and my idea and thoughts on this that anybody can read a book. What really matters in these readings is the energy of who you're reading for. And in this case, this is the Aries Collective. And the energy that's in the cards. Message for Aries, please, Spirit. Message for Aries. I feel like that one was on its way out. Okay, for the King of Wands here, this could be your own energy. What I'm seeing here, though, is that I'm reading for feminine, maybe. King of Wands coming in. He's dapper, he's daring. A bit of a risk taker. Because the next card I have here is the Nine of Wands. If you see this guy here, he's dazzling, he's dapper, he's daring, he's putting on a show here for these ladies behind. This could be the energy of someone coming forward, because the next card is Six of Cups, and what I'm seeing here is an offer being made, a gift being offered. And I feel like for some, this is going to break the chains that bind, or for others, this is going to be something that binds. Either way, there's going to be secrets, something hidden with the Moon card. Or for some, this could be a shining the light on how different your past loves were. This also could indicate the winter blues. But I feel like either way, there is someone coming in to offer. And like I said, for some, it's going to be different for everyone. But I feel like for some of you, this is going to be a good thing. For some of you, it may be just more of the same of what you had in the past. But you take what resonates. I feel like there is some depression here, some feeling of being bound. Full moon energy. Lunacy. I don't see anybody as being a raving mad lunatic, but I do feel like, because of what I channeled before, for some there's seriously going to be some sadness, some depression, and for some you're going to need to have this treated. But there is an offer coming. The King of Wands, he's a bit of a risk taker, which that may be something you want, it may not be. It just depends, you know, on your situation. I'm going to now use the Starseed Oracle to get some clarification. Clarification, please, Spirit. I'm hearing that for someone, this King of Wands brings love, but brings excitement too. So if you do get involved in this, it's going to bring a lot of excitement to your life, a lot of good times. And I'm hearing a great sense of humor. So somebody who's coming forward, not only is he dapper and puts on a good show for the ladies, he's also... he's well-grounded. That's what I just heard. He's well-grounded. And for some, like I said, this offer is going to be very stable. For others, it's going to be not so stable. And I'm hearing for some, this is coming in, but you're still hung up on someone from before. That could be what this is here. You're still hung up on someone you were involved with before, which is this energy here, hands tied. But your hands aren't tied. Look, she's got the thing. She just pull it loose and it'll unravel. So I feel like, again, the choice is on you. You can stay bound to the situation, or you can move forward from it out into the light of the moon. And to me, the Moon card, I mean, this one looks very destructive, but normally the Moon card to me is kind of a romantic thing. And it's emotions. Okay, Spirit, clarification, please. I'm hearing that some are going to be weary to take this. Just because you've gotten used to being alone doesn't mean that something won't work out for you eventually. And this guy, he's ready to just steal the show. This guy here. And he's coming forward with an offer. 6 cups, it's not a huge offer, but, you know, it's a start. I mean, you don't start off getting married first time you meet somebody. Okay. Well, I guess some people do. Myself included at the time. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So I feel like if you're struggling with this offer that's being given, if you're having a hard time with it, if you're still hung up on someone from your past, maybe this is a going inside of yourself and seeing that you're still hung up on someone from your past. Remember that all your past lead home. So maybe it didn't work out with somebody before. Maybe your heart's a little broken. But you'll know if you go within. You'll know. When you know, you know. And I feel like soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. See, whatever this is that you're still in your head about in the past, it's time to move on. The door's open. All you have to do is step through it. This here, I think of Stonehenge when I look at this card, and Stonehenge to me is portals being open. This is your portal within, but as far as I understand, as within, so without. So, you know, if you get this figured out, all you have to do is walk through. Step up. Step up to the plate. Loneliness isn't despair, but you don't have to be lonely forever either. Empathic starseed. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. See, that's what I'm seeing here. Somewhat. You're holding on. You're holding on. You're holding on to something that's long since over. I feel like this ended quite some time ago for somebody. Time of reflection. That came in the channeling before too. That's this here. Stop taking on energy. It's not yours. Maybe you need to learn how to protect yourself, or how to clear your energy at the end of the day, each day. You can, and what I'm hearing also is you can take this offer and still be yourself. I feel like somebody's afraid if they take the offer, they're not going to be able to be who they are. They're going to be hindered, which that could be the case. Like I said, for some, this could be a whole, this one. A breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Okay, so this thing that you had in the past, you wanted it so much. You wanted to fix it. You wanted to keep it. It's not always about what we want, though. The universe is a big place, and there's a whole lot of beings in it. And I feel like you can't change. You cannot change the the will of the Most High, or, you know, your higher self. You came here for a reason. And sometimes what we think is not always what is good for us. So, you know, this thing that maybe that's why there's winter blues. Maybe this has to do with this thing that you're holding on to. Like I said, for some of you, this could be old loves returning. But at the same time, if that's the case, you still need to go within. Because, I mean, sometimes exes can grow and eventually become energetically aligned and change. But that usually takes many, many years. But most of the time, it's not a good idea. But to each their own. You don't have to be bound to that anymore, because whatever it is, it's long since been over and time to move on. Yeah, because this next card we have here is Activated Earth. Power paces, ley lines, trust where you're led. So once you go within and you check with your intuition, you know, you start to step up to that. I feel like you're going to know what it is you need to do. And for some, you're going to need to release something old. I just heard trust your own power. Stop dwelling on the past. So, this is being offered. You can stay like this, or you can shed light on the fact that you're like this, and then move forward. And I'm hearing that, you know, if you start something with someone and you need to set your boundaries from the beginning. I mean, that maintains your own sovereignty. It also helps with ungodly soul ties, because you're going to know. I mean, before we wake up, we don't always know what's best for us. But once we're awakened to our inner self, we know, or we don't know, you know, like it either is or it isn't, and you'll know. My will to thy will. Headstrong energy. Maybe move out of the head space and into the heart space. Trust where your heart leads you. Sometimes we have to make a head over heart decision, but in this case, I feel like you need to make a heart over head decision, because I feel like if you don't, this loneliness is not despair message. But don't take an offer just because you're lonely either. Human experience. Yeah, this is about experiencing the earth plane, the humanness that includes everything in this plane. Emotions, mentality. It includes loneliness, happiness, sadness. that is way too many. If I put all, whoa. All right. This one tried to fly out, which I did mention at the beginning of this, that for some there was going to be the winter blues. For some, it was going to be harder. Some will get past it pretty quickly once, you know, the weather starts to change. But for others, it's going to be a deeper thing. That's part of the human experience as well. But for some, it's going to be serious. And they're going to, I feel there's some Aries out there who are really going to need some help in this area. And this could also be mental breakdowns of emotions, of mentalities, of old ideas, being locked in your head. Come out of your head, get into your heart. Ding dong. Ding dong, Avon calling. Ding dong, King of Wands calling. Ding dong, higher self calling. Okay, so we have the human experience. I'm hearing one experience isn't every experience. So what you have experienced in the past isn't going to be the same thing you experience every single time. However, it could be similar if you keep doing round and round cycles. But I feel like all you have to do is walk through the door. These kind of look like Christmas lights and stuff too. I mean, it could be a Christmas gift, but what I'm seeing from the channeling before, serendipity, chance meetings under the mistletoe. Get out of your head. You're not mentally bound. You're not physically bound. You're not emotionally bound unless you let yourself be. The full moon shines light on all things. The full moon shines light on dark areas. So you get the two people here, or the two towers. This is also, most readers read this as Cancer, but I see it as Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. You've got your King Wands here, and he's Aries, Leo, Sag, which could be your own energy. I mean, you take this how it resonates with you. You can turn around, masculine, feminine. I read it according to how it comes to me. Suave, debonair, Rico Suave, Casanova. Just watch the words that come, because sometimes words aren't always true. Use your intuition to bring yourself to the place where you understand. Your intuition will lead the way. And that's all I have for you this month, Aries. I'll be talking to you again soon.
Can you see your colors?